Join me as I use this truck to pick up our new truck camper. We are on our way. It's about 6:15 now, and it says if I just kept driving, it would be another 635 miles and we would get there right at 4 a.m. Koko, are you excited to see your new home? The truck I rented is a 2020 Toyota Tundra SR5 Crew Max, and it's got 42,700 miles, and I rented it from my local airport through the National Car Rentals. Last night I was looking around at different car rental companies and different options, and I ended up going with National Car Rental because they give you unlimited mileage. I think on this trip I'm going to be doing about 1,400 miles because I am headed to Lower Michigan. And I want to thank my friend Kyle. He was the one that drove me to the airport and dropped me off and waited until I was able to figure out that I could actually rent a truck there. It's about 6:30 now, and I'll check in a few hours once it's dark out. It's about 8:45 now, and I'm stopping at a rest area. I have just under 7 hours left to go, and I'm just gonna run in quick and use the bathroom, and then I'll let Koko out. Then we want to do another 3.5 to 4 hours tonight. Okay, Koko, we got to get back to the car. This is what we're trying to avoid by getting a truck camper. We want some interior space, but we don't want to have to deal with towing something like that. I figured that while I'm stopped, I might as well get more gas. At this point, it's been a couple hours since that rest stop, and I think it's right about 11:30. My plan is to just continue on to this first stop and then see how I feel there, and hopefully I'll feel good enough to continue on so I have less to drive tomorrow. Koko's been doing really well throughout the whole ride, and I'll check in when we stop. It's about 1:30 a.m. now, and I stopped at a rest stop 10 minutes before the Cracker Barrel I wanted to stop at, just because it was raining pretty good and I'm getting tired. I'm back here, and it's actually pretty comfortable. I put a sleeping pad and a sleeping bag down, and Koko is up in the front seat, and I think this should work, and we want to start driving by 7 a.m. and we'll check in the morning. It's still rainy out, and it's about 6:50 in the morning. This is where I slept. It really wasn't that bad, and I've got to let Koko out, and then we're going to be on our way. It's still pretty busy here, and a lot of these cars also slept here at night last night. It's a pretty cool van. I like that big cargo thing on the back. The rain just picked up a good bit, and it says I've got 3 hours left, and my arrival time is 10:14. But I think I'm gonna have to stop for gas one more time. It's still raining a little bit, but it's definitely not as bad now. I've got a little bit less than 2 hours to go, and I think it's supposed to be pretty nice and sunny once I get there. Koko, I stopped so you could eat, and now you're not eating. It's finally getting a little sunny out, and it's clearing up a bit, and there's no more rain. We've gotten about an hour left, and hopefully it all goes smoothly and quick once we get there. That should be around 11 a.m. at this point, maybe a little earlier. When I get there, I want to have him show me the furnace, how the awning works, and I want to check all the seams, and I think that's it, and I'll see you when we get there. Okay, I think this is it. I'm taking Koko on a little walk. The house is right back there, and then I'll be loading the camper up. Here's the outside of it, and pretty soon we'll be loading it up. He's just been showing it to me, and I'll give you a tour later. Is the loading process pretty quick?
Yeah, it's like...
That took way longer than expected, but we are now all set. Yeah, can I please have a salad? I got a salad with everything on top because I'm really hungry, and you can see I'm deciding to eat in the truck camper. As you can see, there's stuff all over the place, so there's not a lot of room, or else I would bring Koko in. Chipotle was really good. Right before I left, I walked her down there and back a little bit, and I noticed this awesome Jeep. And I'm headed back this way, and it's gonna be another 6 hours until I get to the spot I wanna camp tonight. I'm just gonna focus on driving. You can definitely tell that the camper's on here, and whenever I get to the site, I'll give you a little tour of the camper. We just pulled into where we're gonna stay tonight, and it's actually a rest stop in I-90. I left the guy's house a lot later than I was planning on. Wanted to go to this brewery and a camp spot, but obviously I did not make it there in time. So at this point, I'm actually just gonna give you a tour of the camper tomorrow. That's it for today, and I'll see you in the morning. Hey everyone, it's now Sunday morning. Well, it's actually right after 12, and I'm back at my house now. I didn't really film any of the drive back. I stayed over at a rest stop last night, about 3 hours away, and we had a good drive back this morning. And now let me show you the truck camper. Here it is. It's a 2020 Scout Olympic. You can see it fits in a 6.5 foot bed. This is a 5.5 foot bed, I think, but on a bigger truck you could close the tailgate. This is just a first initial look at it. I'll make a full separate walk around video later when Kate's here, and we can talk about why we bought it and why we wanted it and why we wanted this one specifically. But as you can see, it's a pretty good looking camper, and this Tundra is actually just a rear wheel drive, and it doesn't have any suspension upgrades or anything. And I did put a little bit of extra air in the rear tires, but for the most part it handled it really well. And I know people typically suggest getting a bigger sway bar or definitely doing the airbags in the rear suspension. Like I just said, I'm just going to give you a quick little overview of it. Next time when Kate's here, we'll make a full walk around video and explain why we bought it and just go into more further details about it. But as you can see, on this side we've got a shower awning. On the back we've got a hot water heater, and then there's 2 gallons of roto packs mounted back here. And then on this side, all the way up here, there's a 270-degree awning, and this is actually an aftermarket one that the guy put on. It's not the one that comes if you order the awning option from Scout. Now going inside, you've got a grab handle, but I'm just gonna open the door. There's a lot of stuff in here right now, as we got the original sink and extra jacks and the original table stand and the original window. So it's got some changes to it. That's not the stock window. Let me climb up here so you can see inside. Standing on the tailgate. Got this over here. Little dinette and little bed area with a big Dometic fridge and propane furnace. Well, that's it for today. I hope you liked my little video about going and getting the truck camper. We already have a few little modifications we want to do to it, but we really want to use it for a good handful of times before we make any major changes. I've got to move stuff around so we can put this in the backyard, and I've got to take it off the truck, and then I've got to clean the truck because I wasn't supposed to have any pets in it. So I've got to get all that dog hair out of the back seat. So as always, thanks for watching, and I hope you're excited to see more of our truck camper.